Hi, my name is Isaac Worth, and I am proud to be an ESA and GGP scholar. My dad was really the person who introduced me to video games when I was about 5 years old. We got a Nintendo GameCube, and I would just sit and watch him play Super Mario Sunshine for hours. When I got a little older, I got a Nintendo DS and played Pokemon and Animal Crossing with my friends all the time. By high school, I became addicted to The Sims 3 and would try my hand at creating my own custom content for the game. When I first went to college at Appalachian State University, I didn't really know what I wanted to study. I first felt pressured to study something in the humanities or STEM, but began to find my niche in the studio art department. I quickly fell in love with trying to create interactive works of art and took my first computer science class as well, so I could try to blend art and technology together. After being stumped for quite some time about how I could blend my passions for visual design and technology, it hit me. I should start to explore game design because I love games. I quickly began to work towards applying towards game design programs, not really knowing what I was getting myself into. I put a few of my interactive artworks in my portfolio, along with some pitches for games I dream of creating one day, and eventually found myself getting into my top choice, New York University. Deciding to go to NYU was one of the best decisions of my life. A little backstory. Growing up, I was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome, which is a neurological tic disorder that involves an individual having motor and vocal tics. Because of this, my motor skills were a little impaired, and it made playing a lot of video games very frustrating for me. I am also transgender, which is a huge part of my identity as well when it comes to me designing games. This concoction of queerness and neurodivergence has led my passions down a path of creating inclusive and diverse games. I want to create games that are inclusive of people from all different backgrounds, and I have found that my passions lie in trying to make games as accessible as possible for people with different types of disabilities. I am constantly inspired by able gamers, and was fortunate enough to attend a workshop with them through NYU, where I learned inclusive design strategies. Being an ESA scholar means that I can continue my education in this field, and I can begin to teach some of the strategies that I have learned to other game developers as well. I want to be a force for change in the AAA game industry and start grassroots movements that make games more inclusive and accessible. I want to see more representation in games. I want to make games with more people of color being positively portrayed. I want to make games that feature people from marginalized genders. I want to make games that positively portray neurodivergent and disabled people and are also accessible to those players as well. My career goals, they're a little hazy still. As you can tell, I have a lot of ideas. My dream career would be to be part of a department at a AAA company that creates accessible UI UX for games. Another part of me wants to be an indie developer and work with a small team of like-minded developers to create games that fit our vision of diversity and inclusion. I honestly still have time to figure it out. I could not be more grateful for the ESA and GGP to help me with my education. I cannot wait to meet my fellow scholars and create the valuable connections that will help launch me into the gaming industry. I cannot wait to learn from my peers and mentors as well through the ESA. Thank you so much for the opportunity again, and I cannot wait to keep learning. Thank you.